Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning, and welcome back to our CPD Live. We are really pleased to have Cathleen back with us for her branding and marketing on Instagram session, part 2. So for all of you that saw part 1 on YouTube live or on YouTube already, then she'll be building on that. If you are watching the recording, for example, and you haven't seen it yet, then maybe go and check that one first and then come watch this one after. And Cathleen will be exploring content strategy, audience engagement, and building sustainable visibility as a tutor. So thank you so much, Cathleen. Over to you.
Amazing. Thank you, Sam. All right. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining today's CPD Live session with the Tutors Association. I am Cathleen. I'm an independent tutor for over 7 years of experience. Oops. And founder of That Tutor. I'm also a TTA board member elected in 2025. And I also support TTA with Instagram, which is why today's session sits at the intersection of tutoring, branding, and social media. Okay, today is about building our branding and building on an understanding of how branding and marketing work in tutoring, and exploring Instagram as one of the tools that can support with visibility in a way that feels sustainable. Okay, families are already forming impressions of us before they even get in touch. Okay, so we will strategize today on how to communicate more clearly, build trust earlier, and use Instagram intentionally without taking over our time or energy. Okay? I encourage you to take what is useful, live what it isn't, and reflect on what feels aligned with your business. Let's go. All right. So here we're going to build on the essentials and apply them more strategically, understand the role of branding and tutoring, explore solutions in marketing, and of course, strengthen our relationships with our families, and therefore increase sales, right? Or impact or reach. Okay, let's go. Who's been here on part 1? Who's here part 1? Okay, amazing. Who's new here? Okay, amazing. Well, I have something for everyone. Okay, we'll have more. I've allocated more demo and question and answer time this time. So any questions later on, we'll have more time for it. Okay, let's go. Recap: branding, and marketing. Right? Let's look at clarifying these 3 things. Okay, brand. Brand is how families experience you. It is what people say about you when you're not in the room. It is the feeling and impression people form when they interact with you. And it's very much tied to your reputation. Okay. Brand and branding are not quite the same. One is a noun and one is a verb, right? Okay, so a brand is something like, she's patient. He's structured. Or as a business, they talk about you like they really understand anxious learners. Or he's organized and reliable. Or her lessons are fun and engaging. This is the experience that you make others feel. So one thing that is confused quite often is your logo is your brand. It is not. If your logo disappeared tomorrow, your brand would still exist. Okay? It lives in how people experience you, how students experience you, how families experience you, how other businesses, other professionals experience you. Okay, but that's brand. All right, now let's look at branding. All right, so this is the verb of brand. Okay, branding is how you show people who you are on purpose. with brands, sometimes it's not something that we can control or manipulate or curate, you know. It exists without our control, or 100% of our control. But branding has the potential to have your control 100%. Okay? So branding is how you show people who you are on purpose. This is how you communicate your values and your personality consistently. Your business mission. Okay? It is the choices you make about how you speak, how you write, present yourself, look visually on posts, right? Right. Color schemes. So part of branding is your visual identity, which consists of your logo or logos. Okay. Your colors, your fonts, your profile photo. It also includes the tone of your voice, your messaging, positioning, professional signals, and boundaries. Okay, I'm going to go for the last three: positioning, professional signals, and boundaries in branding. Okay, so when we're looking at positioning, this is how you position yourself. This includes your I help statements. I help blank to blank, or I specialize in blank, 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 blank. You can fill up to go. Okay. Or I provide this. So that's your positioning. It makes it clear who you are, what you're doing, how you serve. That's your branding. Okay. Professional signals. So this support your brand. So as tutors, as professional tutors, as businesses, we like professional signals. It's a direct way that we can build trust. So this includes testimonials, credentials, awards, affiliations, clear policies, and sometimes professional photographies. Okay. And also boundaries. The way that we introduce ourselves or we make ourselves known is not about just what we do, but also on the things that we don't do. Right? So boundaries has got to do with, okay, well, I don't oversell. You can say that. Yeah. You can brand yourself as that. Okay. Or I don't reply beyond 11 p.m. Okay, so that's a boundary. Or that I don't promise instant grade jumps. Okay. And if you're trying to find yourself right now as a brand or in branding, it's a very good place to start. What are the things that I don't do? So if you have this clear vision of like, oh, I don't do that, then you're closer to knowing or kind of niching down to what you actually do. Okay. So that is branding. All good so far? Yeah? Very good. Okay. Marketing. Okay. Marketing is how people find you. It is the action that you take to let people know you exist. Okay. And marketing is how families discover your business. This is your active way of being seen, your visibility. There are many reasons why we have our businesses, okay, and how or why we want to be seen, but marketing has got to do with why do you want to be seen? Is it because of sales? Is it because of just visibility? Is it because of impact? Is it because of reach? Is it because of awareness? Okay. So parts of marketing are social media, all of them. And in between, like your Instagram posts or your LinkedIn profile. Your websites, these are marketing. They're not branding. Your website contains your branding, but your website is marketing. Flyers and business cards, newsletters, whether it's email, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's printed, they're all marketing. Because this is how people find you. This is how you let people know you exist. This is how you get discovered. Partnerships and collaborations, referrals, word of mouth, networking events, emails, school connections, Google business profile. All of these are marketing. Okay. So some of you will probably have 3 or 5 of a marketing. You don't have to have all of it. But I'm pretty sure that your business, okay, whether you're a sole trader or you're a limited company, you have a form of marketing. Okay, and it's really important that we have clarification between the differences between marketing, brand, and branding. So we can strategize. So we can be efficient. So we can save time, resources, energy. Okay. A little bit of a summary. Brand builds trust. Branding builds recognition. Okay, and marketing builds visibility. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Any questions? Drop them in the chat box if you have any. If you don't have any, that's very good. Okay. All right. Okay. Instagram.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So we have social media, which is marketing. Okay, it's not your brand, it's not your branding, it's marketing. Right. There's a lot of social media out there. You probably have a couple of accounts, or maybe all of them. Okay, so here we have, I think this is Twitch, Discord, X, used to be Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube, LinkedIn, Reddit, Threads, Substack, Pinterest, Snapchat, Blue Skies. I don't have an account in like all of them, just a few. Okay. But if we're looking at, just a recap to branding and marketing, all of these social media platforms are businesses on their own, and they have a certain brand to them, right? So if you use LinkedIn a little bit more, LinkedIn is kind of, it's got this brand of professional, social kind of thing. TikTok, it has this brand of really silly stuff, right? It's not as curated as Instagram. Oh no, I forgot Facebook. How did I forget Facebook? Facebook as well, should be that. But yes, so if we're kind of like looking at our businesses or ourselves as professionals, and it's like, okay, which social media do I resonate the most, or I want to be seen at? That's part of your branding. Okay, I'm going to post more on LinkedIn. I want to reach more professionals. Okay, Facebook and Instagram. Okay, I want to reach families. Okay. Or TikTok. A lot of young users are on TikTok and also Snapchat. So it's like, okay, I want to reach students. I have tutorials that I've recorded that's designed for a certain target audience. So I'm going to choose specific social media platforms that will reach those. That's part of your branding. Okay. Cool. Next. All right. Instagram is part of the Meta's family of apps. Okay. So Meta is like the main company. It owns Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Threads, WhatsApp. Those are its main social media platforms. Okay, so Meta is among of the, well, it's there. I've highlighted key details, like it has a market capitalization of $1.65 trillion. Okay, it has monthly active people of 3.98 billion, with 3.35 billion daily active users. Okay, globally, Facebook is the most popular social media platform, and WhatsApp is a top mobile messaging app. And in 2024, all of these apps generated 162.4 billion in revenue. Okay. I'm kind of putting a little bit more attention to those figures because I want you to grasp the how massive it is. Sorry, I'm losing words. Okay, and yeah, this is the scale of it, right? So 3.35 billion daily active users. You can reach people globally. You're not limited to the old ways of marketing where you can only reach certain parts geographically, or you're not limited by time, right? You're existing there 24/7, 365 a day. Okay. Meta also have edits and Meta Business Suite, which we'll go more into it later. Okay. If you're familiar with these apps already, it's amazing. Okay. We saw all the revenues and the daily uses and market capitalization, but it's free for us to use, which is amazing for business owners, right? Okay, because we can leverage this. Okay. There is a paid subscription that is the Meta verified, the little blue tick. A little blue tick that we used to earn. Like if you've reached, I think 1,000 followers, we would have gotten the Meta tick or the blue tick. But now, even if you have 0 followers, you can have the blue tick. Okay, it's optional, it's there. But before you subscribe to anything, it's good to kind of recalibrate and sit yourself down and ask, does your business need this? Is this the positioning that you want? Okay, is this a priority? Okay, and also do your own research. Okay, again, whatever is aligned with your business at this point. Or you can put it like later on, right? So it's there for you as an option, and you can kind of like look at this option for later, but at least you know of it. Okay. It used to be a symbol of trust because if you have a lot of followers, that means people trust you. But a lot of people started buying robots, right? They pay for followers and they hack the system. So that's one of the reasons why Meta then kind of pivoted and repositions the blue tick as a subscription rather than something to be earned. Okay, let's talk about vanity metrics. These are metrics that look good on paper or screen, but do not correlate to real business outcomes. The blue tick, no, I'm sorry. Now it's a subscription. Yeah, you can't get it for free anymore. It used to be, when you had to earn it, but now people just pay for it. Thank you for your question, Juliet. Yes, another one is the popularity force, a behavioral bias that prioritizes superficial high-level numbers over deep, actionable data. Okay, so the dangers between these two is that they provide a dopamine rush or false sense of progress, which leads to poor strategic decisions and mislocated marketing budgets. Okay, and we're here so that we don't mislocate marketing budgets, right? Even though they're a write-off. Okay. It also gives this illusion that a high follower count or a high view count can mask low quality engagement. Again, the bots, or lack of true influence. Okay, they create this mirage of success that can hide poor performance or no trust or misallocated resources or foster a toxic focus on volume over value. Okay. I think it's an educator's heart to give value. And a lot of us in here are educators. Okay. So just kind of like disclaimer, just make sure or caution to focus on the value rather than the volume, if this is something that your business wants to prioritize on this year. Okay. All right. Marketing concepts. We're probably familiar with them. We have FOMO, fear of missing out, scarcity, us versus them, storytelling, social proofs, novelty bias, loss aversion, bandwagon effect, emotional appeals, trust, and authority. Okay, you've seen these with many brands across many industries. Beauty, fashion, tech, they're all there. Marketing concepts that sells. And they do sell, whether they're in a positive or negative connotation, they do sell. That's the point of it, to reach your target audience or expand your reach. Okay, so with all these marketing concepts, these are just examples of them. Okay, you can choose which one to use. And just be careful, okay, because the marketing concepts that you use reflects to your brand. Okay, if you're using scarcity as a marketing concept, okay, it sells, but make sure, or just kind of like be aware that that will have a reflection to your brand. Storytelling also supports your brand. Social proofs will support your brand. Emotional appeals. Bless you, Serena. And yes, trust and authority, again, will reflect onto your brand. So even though we have differences between branding, and marketing, they all do they connect to each other. They reflect each other. Okay. All right. Okay. One word. Drop your one word answer on the chat. Okay. Why do you want to market your business? Why do you want to market your business? One word or a sentence or a phrase. Sorry, I don't want to limit you to one word. Okay, visibility. Thank you, Liz. And why do we want to be visible? Growth, consistency. Okay, is it consistency on branding or consistency of like showing up, Serena? Reach. Why do we want to reach? Inspire. Is it just for the sake of inspiring? Is it sales? Is it mission? Build credibility? Numbers? Okay. To get more sales and automate? Amazing. Awareness? Yep. Sales. We want to grow, right? As a business. And sometimes we just want to be seen. We want to be known. Okay. We exist. Leads. Good. Yes. Share knowledge. Yeah. So all of these words that you've given reflect your brand. Okay. Because it's your priority, right? So it could be coming from value, or it could be coming from strategy. But these words are quite tied to your brand. Awareness, growth, trust. Very nice. Okay. I feel like that grounded us, right? We know why we're here. We know what we're doing. We have a little mission, or a big mission. It is a big mission. Marketing is a big mission. Okay, nice. All right. Let's see, I'm moving. Okay, cool. Let's look at Instagram. Okay. Carousel, Reels, Stories, Instagram handles, Instagram names. So feel free to take a screenshot. Okay. I'm not going to bore you and go through each one of them. But they're there. It's not quite updated. We have a repost part of our profile now, which I'll show you later. Okay, but there are many different ways that we can leverage Instagram for our marketing. Okay. Have you guys interacted with comment a certain word and then they DM you? No? So like it's quite popular in the coaching world. It's like, oh, comment growth and I'll send you a link to this, or I'll send you what's this, a video on this. Okay. All right. Hashtags. Yes. Love the hashtags. Okay. Lack engagement. Yep. Haven't done. Yep. So this is called yes. But like TikTok is quite good with this, and even Instagram, especially Reels, because people would like watch this creative thing that you've posted, and if you're offering kind of like if people wants to know more, and instead of clicking on a link or a website, they would just kind of comment a word, and then it's an automation, so it will just DM you. So direct message, DM. Okay. It's called comment to DM automation. And I saw an automation, to automate Priya. Yes, to get more sales, automate. There is an app called ManyChat. It is free. There's a free subscription onto it. Okay. So if you're looking at automating and leveraging things like that, is something that might be worth checking. It's called ManyChat. Chat. There you go. And the automation is called comment to DM automation. So when people comment a certain word, it triggers this automation, which then allows you to send them a direct message, whether it's a link. Nice. Thank you, Sam. Or an attachment or a post. Okay. It's there. So carousel, reel, stories, Instagram handle, Instagram name, feed, profile grid, notes, broadcast channel, highlights tag, location tag, collab post, insights, professional dashboard, direct message, engagement. Okay. All right. Okay, size. I don't know if we've been frustrated before where we tried to upload something and like half of our face was uploaded. Or like you've got like a whole group picture and it's like cropped. Right? So it wasn't, in terms of branding, it's frustrating because you're trying to do something on purpose. But when you uploaded it, it's not as how you design it, or, you know, suddenly it was out of your control. Right? So it's quite nice to be aware of our Instagram size guides. So for Instagram posts, it's 4 to 5. For Reels, it's 9 to 16. And for profile grid preview, which is 3 to 4. Okay, sometimes we're uploading Reels as well, even though it's 9 to 6. We have this here. Can you please? Okay, I'll look into that later, Priya. Just pin it down. Okay, so in here, if you can see, so the reel size is 9:16, but this blue section is what is clearly visible for your audience. Okay. And here, so in terms of like your profile grid, so this is your profile grid preview. I'll show you later actively what it is. So if you have now uploaded an image post, it will cut off to this size when it's displayed onto your profile grid. Okay. But yes. So it's just being like, if you want to curate, which is good for your branding, if you want to create how you look or how your Instagram grid looks, then these are quite nice to have. And they also match Facebook, which is good. So if you have your Instagram connected to your Facebook, much better. Okay.
1st of March, open cross.
And then content prompts. Okay. Whether you choose to use this on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, whether it's an Instagram story, Instagram reel, Instagram post, okay, these are proven hooks that people are interested in clicking and opening for engagement, okay? And since we're all educators, okay, or business owners, there's something that we're able to give value to or on. So things like 3 things I wish I knew before I started tutoring, or becoming self-employed, or starting a business, or teaching GCSEs, right? And even if it's just your content prompt for the next 15 posts that you do, and you just change the niche or like what you're talking about, still works. It doesn't have to be complicated, but again, this is like looking back at your words. If you want to inspire, okay, choose a content prompt. You don't have to do all of it. You just have to be intentional. Okay, if you're trying consistency or build credibility or get more sales, how do you communicate that? Okay. I never thought I would be the type of person who blank. So all of these content prompts here do build curiosity. And it's that attention, grabbing people's attention, that is really important with marketing. Okay. I wanted to share something earlier as well. I forgot about it. It's in my notes. Evan Spidro, I think it's how you pronounce his name. He is the CEO of Snapchat. And recently, he's said that there's going to be shift on marketing. So the companies, tech companies specifically, are now investing more towards marketing than production or engineers or the building process because of AI. There's a certain thing in AI called vibe coding. Okay, so vibe coding is a term coined by Andrej Karpathy, which was the former director of OpenAI. And it's basically, vibe coding is this AI-driven development method where you build software, website, or apps in natural language, and the AI will code that for you. So you don't even need to be able to code anymore for you to develop an app or a website or software. And because of that, a lot of founders or a lot of businesses in tech are putting their budgets in marketing. And if you're up for a side quest this month or this quarter, look at vibe coding. I think it's really fun. So you don't even want to code. So if you want to build a website, just kind of like, okay, be curious if you have the time. If you want to get creative, try vibe coding your website. So you literally just have to describe what you want to vibe coding apps, and they will build it for you. Okay, a few apps are called Lovable, Replit, Bolt, Base 44, Corsa. Okay, so you literally describe what you want to build, whether it's an app, homework. I tried one. I haven't finished it yet, but I wanted to build like this app where my students can use it as a pen pal. So they would like write, send it for email, and then the AI will reply back to them. So I'm in the middle of that. But yeah, so things like that, you used to be able to like, you needed an engineer, a developer, all of those heavy lifting stuff is now supported and kind of like lifted by AI. So this is what the CEO of Snapchat was saying, that making a product or the service is not the heavy kind of lifting anymore. It's towards marketing. It's being seen, it's being known, it's being chosen compared to your competitors. Okay, so it's a trend in like the big guys out there in Silicon Valley that they're doing, that we'll definitely see rippling down, you know, to us who are the users of their platforms. Okay, but yeah, going back to marketing, like how would you position yourself? What do you want to communicate, and how do you want to do that? How do you want to sound? Which is all branding, right? Which flows into your marketing. Okay. One habit I do every day is, okay, this is really good for professional tutors who wants to have a little bit more visibility, sharing yourself, not just like what you do, but who you are. Again, it's that branding, marketing kind of tied up together, right? Because maybe your the families you work with, they only see you probably once a week or even once a month. Like, how do you stay connected with them? How do you keep that relationship with them without actively being there? But they do follow you. They do see your social media posts, right? Or like colleagues that you haven't seen or you only see in networking events. How do you stay connected with them? How do you keep the relationship with them, right? So one habit I do every day is walking my dog, for example, or reading 10 pages. And it allows you to share more and open this conversation and have this engagement with people. Okay. If you want to position yourself as someone in authority or experience, the biggest mistake beginners make is, right? So it already puts you in a position where you're like, oh, yes, I'm like a few steps further than you, and this is something that I could share with you. So you position yourself in a way that, hey, authority and experience. Okay. If there is something that's been misunderstood, so if your brand is a little bit off and you're not communicating in a way that you wanted to, you can use branding here through marketing. One thing I wish people, I wish more people understood is this. For example, so you can now clarify yourself. Again, it's that purposely building your brand through branding. If the brand isn't there yet, okay, or you're not, it's not clarified, or you don't have this strong foundation what your brand is, then you can curate that with your branding. Okay, so take a screenshot, copy it, use it. We'll use it. Don't worry. Okay. Cool. All right. Instagram stories. I like this a lot. It's one of the easiest one as well. So if you're not committed yet on having something permanent on your profile grid, you can use stories, which only last for 24 hours. Okay, and in stories itself, there's so many functionalities. Like each of these buttons do something. These stickers do something. Okay. So tags, there's a lot of fonts and tags. Stickers is where you find these option. Audio. Okay, if you want reach and more visibility, when you add an audio, I think for business, for businesses, you can only use royalty free music or already original audios, which other users do upload and you can reuse. And if you have this like trending audios, you can jump onto that and go viral with it, if that makes sense. Okay, there's this restyle button, which is powered by AI. Mention, okay, if you want to collaborate, if you kind of want to give a shout out to someone or tag someone, that's where mention comes in. Okay, you have effects, which are the filters, the draw. Okay, again, many colors there, many styles. There's like highlighters, whatever. And then you can download that. So you don't even need Canva or any other editing softwares. You can just stick with Instagram or the Meta, and then you can just download it. And whatever you make here, you can download, upload it to Facebook, upload it to LinkedIn. That works too. Okay. So here, location, if you're somewhere, okay, if you tag your location, then that will increase your reach because the location is being tagged and people from the area will see your stories. Okay, if you have that activated, whether it's your private, if you have a public account, then yes, it will be seen. But if you have a private account, then they won't show it. Okay, again, music, what are you listening to? Okay, or if you just want to add a music with the picture or the video that you have, or if you've recorded a video that doesn't have a very nice background kind of music to it or like noise, you can just put the music on top of that and it will make it disappear. Okay, you can add more photos. You know what? I'll show you. I'll show you. But yes, thank you. The Tutors Association handle is Tutors ASOC. So as we, or association, so as we do more of the demo and question and answer, take a picture, tag us. If you want, you can tag me as well with @Cathleen. Okay. And if you look at these ones, these are the many different visual ways that you can tag someone, right? So there are options to it as well. Again, it goes back to your branding. So which of these would kind of resonate with your branding and visual kind of identity more? And if you just want to try them all, you can. Okay. But yes, that's that. Thank you. Next one, demo and question and answer. Okay, who's ready? You can unmute yourselves. Let's talk. I think I spoke for like 45 minutes. But yes, so that means that we have 15 minutes to do a demo and question and answer. So unmute yourself. You can, like, if you don't want to speak, you can add your question at the bottom or in the chat. But there was a question I wanted to go back to. Can you please text what do we do in ManyChat? Okay. Bri, I think you're the one who said you wanted to automate as well.
Yeah, hi.
To get more sales.
Yeah, because at the moment, because I've been tutoring for 18 years, I do 11 plus, and then I do until GCSE maths classes. Always I do in a group classes, but I'm not yet very good in social media. All the time I'm just posting like who's the star of the month and then do the marketing thing, but I'm not really doing a very good job in social media, especially the hashtags. Every time I have to see what's the best thing, and then I don't feel much, like, no response most of the time. So I'm not sure how to break
Okay.
the ice.
So I think you want engagement before you can automate. So again,
Yeah.
it's like looking at this big picture, like what do we want? And like sitting ourselves, sorry, you can see my phone right now. It might be overwhelming with all of those replied messages and unopened emails. But it's kind of like, okay, that's what you initially had first when you joined the CPD. But now you kind of like, oh, I'm breaking this down into little pieces. What do I actually really need to do first before I can automate, right? And it puts you into clarity and alignment with your business and with your mission and your brand. So you what you actually want is to connect with your audience. So it probably might be automation, but actually commenting and engaging with your followers or with your clients rather than automate.
Okay.
That's okay. But I'll message you. I think I saw your WhatsApp message on professional tutors. I'll message you and I can tell you more about many chats. Okay,
Thank you so
let's, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Yes, I do have one. Hi, I'm Adeze. Hi, thanks. I'm Cathleen. That was really nice. I just want to confirm, how do you tend to separate your, do you separate it as a business and as a personal? I mean, coming from a teaching background, I mean, social media was really like a taboo. You don't have to have it because you don't want kids to find you. But obviously being a tutor is different, and I've slowly come off teaching now. I'm trying to just focus on the tutoring. It's like you have to hide yourself for students not to find you, and they try everything to find you and try to befriend you as well. So how do you balance that, and how do you do that? Do you have a separate account professionally and separate account privately?
I don't know if I can make this any bigger. But you can see I've shared my screen with you, which is like an iPhone mirror. Like you can see there I have so many accounts, right?
Yeah.
For me, this is like your personal choice, right? For me, I have my own personal account, which is private. Nobody could see that. I have Hey Cathleen, which is a kind of private and also professional. So I have a mix of it.
Okay.
And I have like I have many. I don't know what I was doing, but I was experimenting. This is how I was growing in this part of my business. I was experimenting. I was like, okay, what can I do? What works? What doesn't? Okay. So I have like my business kind of like I have my so this is like just purely my business kind of tutoring one. And then I have like my as a tutor one where I go like behind the scenes.
Okay.
But yes, so it's up to you. If you just want to have like, so put your account on private if that's personal, and then create an account for your business.
Okay.
And you can share, if you want, you can share more personal stuff in your business if you want to, but then you can control that. Again, it's that branding part of it.
Okay.
It's that purposely, what do you want to put out there and how you want to be seen, right? But for me, I have so many accounts.
I used to have Instagram. I completely came off it. I think I just kind of wanted to detox myself. So I think I want to slowly go back now. So
like I compartmentalize it. So I think that's what you want as well. Like you want to have one for your business, which is business all related, but not hidden away, because you do want visibility. You want to be seen as a business, but keep your profession, like your personal life, to yourself, because again, the safeguarding is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Boundaries, right? So you can have an account that is private, and you can also have an account that is public. Okay. All right. So we have here the Tutors Association. Follow us if you haven't. Okay.
Was that great one?
We've been doing very well in terms of, so we have this thing called professional dashboard. So if you have a business account, or if you've set up your Instagram account as a business or as a creator, you have this professional dashboard. And we have reached 15.2K. So we have 15.2K views for the last 30 days. That's really fun. Okay, so in this professional dashboard, you can see views, you can see interactions, new followers. You take account of how many followers you've got, content you've shared. So you get insights, right? So if you like data and you're data driven, and of course, if you have goals, especially in your business, and you want to keep a track of this so that you can celebrate your milestones and so that you can look at where to kind of position yourself and what you want to do next, data are found here. Okay. So it tells you like who viewed it. 74% was our followers, and we've reached 27% non-followers. Okay? So if you're trying to kind of like reach more non-followers, okay, then you have to like look at what you're putting out there that reaches more people that doesn't follow you. This could be like tagging other businesses or tagging people. And then what else? Tagging people, hashtags as well. I saw it's a dashboard, what you meant by vanity metrics. When I spoke about vanity metrics earlier, I was talking more of the followers, right? So that's the first thing that they see, your followers. So it's like, oh, does having many followers actually mean that they bring value or that people trust them, right? So if we want to look into more kind of our goals, like for example, engagement, you look at interaction. It's like, okay, we have more interaction this week. So you have a little bit more context into the data. And you can see there. So like here, posts and reels. We've been posting posts and reels, okay? We can see like the top post, how many likes there are. So you can see which content your followers and non-followers react to better, and then you can create more of those. If they really like this content of yours that you did kind of a tutorial on how to do a maths question, or if you're an 11 plus tutor and you're trying to show, oh, how do you solve a nets and cubes question, or like what tools do you use to tutor? If your followers do like that, then maybe it's good to make more of those videos to reach your target audience or more followers or non-followers. Okay. The good thing here as well is that you've got best practices and inspiration. You don't need to buy a course from anyone. It's good enough that you're here. You've made use of your what's this, TTA membership. So well done for showing up. You don't need to buy another course from another person or another company. No, you've got best practices here where Instagram and Meta tells you exactly how you can do better using their platform. You can have inspiration. These are approved by the algorithm kind of contents that people react to in the platform. Okay. Oh, which page? We'll look into it. If you're confused still, or you don't know where to find it, like message me directly and I can do one-to-one with you. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm very aware of the time as well. It's there. Okay. Trending audios. Again, if you want to have more reach and you want your post to be seen by non-followers, usually you just go and like add a trending audio to your picture, to your post, without compromising your content. If it's a video that you're talking or you're, giving content, then maybe don't add a trending audio. If you're sharing just photos or whatever, or a carousel, you can add like trending audios and you will have more reach, basically. Okay. Here, other helpful resources. They literally tell you everything you need to know from their platform. Okay. So if you're trying to kind of like, you're in here and like, oh my God, there's so much to learn and so much to do and this and that. You don't need to buy another course or find a coach for this. You're fine. Go into it, explore, learn, be curious, Okay. And everything that you need, it's already there for free. All right. Yes. So here we have our grid. Okay. This is something that we can curate. Okay. So if we just kind of like look at this, right? So that's like nicely curated, right? Everything is in position. Okay. Here again, on purpose, everything is there. If you see yourself, hello. That's from the conference last year. Okay. Reels. Reels can be both found in the grid, your profile grid, and on the reel section. Here, these are all the reels, all the videos. Okay. So if you want to organize your profiles, like all of these are just photos, it's fine. And all of these are reels, you can. Okay. So for example, this one, this post is a reel, it's a video, right? And currently it is displayed on the profile grid. It's like, okay, I want the reel to still be in there, but I don't want it on my profile grid. How do you do that? So you go there on the three dots as an option, okay? And you just press remove from profile grid, from main grid, sorry. And then it takes it away from your main grid and just keeps it there. So you haven't lost it. This is that, okay? One of the things as well that people do is that if you have like an old post, but you don't want to keep reposting it, but you want it to be there, for example, let's say from last year, we have, okay, like this, it's her birthday, right? This was 4th of March, 2025. Okay, I don't want to post it again, okay, but I want it to be seen on my main grid. What I can do is I can pin it, pin to main grid. So what that does is that it keeps it there without posting it again. It's just there. Unless you unpin it, it's just there. Okay, right. When we're talking about kind of content portions earlier, this is what I was trying to say. So you have this nicely designed branding material, okay? And once you've uploaded it, like it looks great there, but once you go into your grid, it's cropped. Okay, what if you don't want it to look like that? So there's this option, okay, go to that and adjust preview. Okay, and then you can press fit and it zooms it in for you or zooms it out for you. Then you can see the whole picture there. So it's a little bit more nicer on the profile grid now. So instead of it being cropped, it looks like this now, right? Okay. The same thing again, 3 dots, adjust preview. Okay, fit. I think this is one of like the most problematic that we've seen in the profiles recently. Is like we upload a photo and it's like, oh, why is it cropped on my grid? It doesn't look nice, and I've made so much effort in creating it. That's one way to do it. Okay. Thank you, Juliet. I think she's gone. But yes, Sam said, yeah, Sam and I do work together with Instagram. So she does the batch creating thing, and I just try to make sure that there's engagement and that the profile grid looks professional and tidy. Because again, going back to that brand and branding, right? So if you have a social media, okay, with a lot of following and you've got like a really messy grid, it doesn't really communicate what you want to communicate. So people's thoughts to like, instead of having full trust, it gives you that wavering trust instead of absolute trust. So making sure that we're putting kind of attention in how we come across is quite important. Yes, so that's that. Highlights. Okay, let's go to this. Sorry. Oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna have to, sorry about that. I didn't know I had that. Okay, let's hide that for a second. I thought I had my phone prepared. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Again, back to that. Okay, personal stuff and professional stuff. There you go. Unlock. Sorry. Okay, cool. So we have a few photos from, well, I have a few photos from the recent networking event. Has anyone attended the recent networking event? No? You find yourself there, it's because you're there. So Instagram, okay, stories. So this is notes. Another way to do it. Again, it only lasts for 24 hours. If you don't want to share a photo or whatever, you can just kind of like have a smiley face. You can share it with friends or close friends. Okay. So it's there. And if people go to their feeds and their profiles, you can see it shared there as well. Yeah, let's share one. This is Bunny and John. This is a photo from last week. Okay, so if you have your phone, let's go. Let's try this. Okay, go to your Instagram. Let's create a story together. Do I have one from today though? I don't know if I could take a photo. Oh, I can take a photo. Oh no, I can't. Okay, but if you can take a photo, you can take a photo as well. Absolutely fine. Okay, let's just have one with Bunny, not with John. Okay. All right, so if you have your phone, open it up. Let's look at posts. Let's do a post together. So in text, okay, you can say, hi, everyone. Okay, you can change the fonts. It's there. Again, whatever is aligned with your branding and visual aspects, it's there. Okay, you have your colors. Okay, if your brand color or your branding has got a specific color with it, you can change that. If there is a color in the picture that you want, use this little pipette. You can click a color and it takes that color for you. Okay, and uses that. All right. You've got typewriter effect as well if you want. Okay, it's there, pop. So there's many ways to make your post more alive and interacting. You can do sparkles, neon, whatever. You can even change kind of the orientation, middle, left, right. Okay. There's also this. So if you have like if you want your text to be more highlighted, you can use this little A here. And this one is new for AI. So it literally uses Meta AI and creates a certain design for you. So this one is handwriting. So it converted the text into handwriting. It's something that you can explore. Thank you for everyone who had been here. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the chat. If you can stay, if you want to stay, you can still stay. I'm still here. But yes, in terms of mention, there you go. We can mention people who we follow, right? It's already there. Okay, I'll mention that. Okay, so when you mention people or accounts in your account, then how we can find you? Sorry, yeah. Just go into the TTA group chat and WhatsApp, and I'll come find you. Just shout my name, and I'll be there. Thank you for joining, everyone. Needs to go. If you're still here, I'll still be here. Okay. But yes, so if you mention someone, they'll get a notification, and we'll be able to reshare that. Okay. Done. And there's so much. Okay, if you want to delete that, you just drag it down Back down. So it's like, oh, I made a mistake. I don't want that anymore. You drag it down, delete it, and you let it go if that's not something that you want. Okay, let's look at stickers. Location. Okay, you can add a location, for example, Royal Lancaster, and that will increase your reach. Another sticker would be a cutout. This is quite popular. So it's those stickers. So we decided we want John again. Okay, use the cutout, take that sticker, and then here we go. Right, we have our own sticker. Nope. Where did I put John? Sorry. Should be here. Or I'm gonna have to like do that again. There. Okay. Yeah. It's the again with the location, the stickers, whatever style you want it to be, it's that. Okay, you can change it. Same thing with mentions. If we add a music, so we have For You, which is like the algorithm suggested one. We have trending. So this is where you can find the trending audios. The one with this arrow going up, that's how you know it's trending. Okay. Original audios. You can also save those audios. Okay, if you ever want to use them again. Okay. So you can add it there. In terms of audio, you can share how long you want it to be, the clip. Again, there's many ways on how you wanted to share the music to whatever you want. Okay. If you just want music only, it's there. It's an option. Frames, you can also use frames. Add a caption, a little bit of like a Polaroid version. I'm sorry, this is very messy. I just wanted to show you as much as I can. Questions, if you want to interact with your audience and ask them a question, is like, how are you today? Or like, what's your favorite food? And they would just respond there and you get like a view of it. That's one way of interacting with your audience. We've got poll. Okay, ask a question. Should I do this? Yes or no? Okay, which one is better? Yes or no? This or that kind of things. You have this little scale. It's like, how are you today? How are you feeling? So from 0 to 100%, you've got the scale as well. Right? So all of these, even just these, are Instagram stories. If you're new on Instagram, this is like a good place to start and explore. It's only there for 24 hours, but if you want it to last more than 24 hours, you can make it as a highlight. So one thing that we've done was these highlights. So for example, with the awards from last year. So these are stories shared by members that we reposted, right? And it's still there even now. Oh, Serena's mention is there. So if you've done your story, you can just add us and send through. So it's still there. Okay. Oh, everybody's having a nice throwback now. You see yourself? Hello. Okay, so we're able to preserve these stories of members into highlights. Okay, so this is what happens when they mention you. So they mentioned it here, and we can reshare it and we can still have it. So if you want to have increased like engagement or more interactions, you can use that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the awards. Well, we hope to see you again this year. So we can have more of these. But basically, you know, when people tag you, again, shows visibility, kind of encourages collaboration. Okay. Yes, increase your presence. So look at that. We can save, there's a limit of 100 stories per highlight. Okay. So that's what the highlight is. But yeah, let me see if you have So we have Serena's. Who else? Oh, this is me this morning. So I've tagged the Tutors Association. So since I've tagged them, I'm able to share now this into the TTA's story account. So if you are resharing, you have this little button here where you can change the background color. Again, going back to your branding and your visuals. Another, I think, is the AI. Oh, AI background is not here. Oh, Imagine background, this one. This one is AI powered. Okay, so Imagine background, basically the AI would create a background that you can choose from the image that you originally made. So this one, so I have different choices, which is inspired by my original photo. If I do that, I select this, I press done. I can even add a caption. I would say, thank you, Cathleen. Okay, send it through and it becomes a caption of that. So if you're reposting and you want to share another person's post because you've been mentioned and you still want to add your aspect and you want your logo to pop up, you can use caption. Okay, and you reshare it. Okay. Oh, here we go. I'm going to share this. Serena, thank you. So Serena used, how are you feeling today? So it's a question. That. Okay. Again, text, and then tagged me and the Tutors Association, and put her business location, Serena's Tuition. So you can do that as well. Now I'm going to reshare it. This is, can you see the little Facebook button at the bottom? It's because the Instagram and Facebook in this account are merged together. So I don't have to post separately, separately to Facebook and Instagram. Once I have them linked, I can just do them together. Okay, so now followers are able to see it in both Instagram and Facebook. There is a lot with Instagram, but this is a good starter to go into stories. Once you get comfortable with stories, then you can look more on the posts. And if you have like stories and you want to make it more make it more permanent, then you can just download it and post it as a post. Okay. Sorry, that's just the demo. Did I miss any questions? We have 9 people here. Thank you for staying with me. Do we have any more questions?
Amazing. Thank you so much, Cathleen. This has been such a useful session. For everybody that's left, we have our brand new community day coming up on Friday. So I don't know if you've seen the post about it already, but essentially anything that you share on socials this Friday, Cathleen and I are going to do our best to reshare everything. It just needs to meet some basic criteria. So you need to make sure you've tagged us, use the hashtags so that we can actually find the post, make sure it's public, and use your member badge as well. But yeah, amazing. Thank you, Cathleen.
Thank you, and thank you for staying with me.
Right, have a good day. Oh, and I will email you all with your certificate link now so that you can get that too. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.